It's 10 p.m. The kids are in bed fast asleep. Your husband is snoring on the couch, and even the dog is curled up snoozing. And yet, you're still busy. There's still laundry to do, lunch boxes to prep, and work attire to be ironed. How does any mom ever catch a break? Well, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the one incredibly easy shift that you need to make today in order to be able to simplify your life for good. Hey everyone, it's Kristen here from KristenWestcott.com. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to teach you how to time block your way to a more balanced life. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell beside it so you get notified when I post new videos each and every Tuesday. Okay, are you ready? Let's dive in. So does this sound familiar to you? It is 10 p.m. and the kids are in bed fast asleep, your husband is snoring on the couch, and even the dog is curled up snoozing. And yet you're still busy. There's still laundry to do, there's lunch boxes to prep, and work attire to be ironed. If you're not feeling accomplished and you think that you could do with a whole lot more hours in the day, then time blocking could be the solution that you've been looking for. Your day does not have to be a chaotic whirlwind of work, errands, and stumbling through raising your kids. You don't have to feel the overwhelming guilt that you're not getting everything done. Do you know why you're feeling that guilt? Do you know why you're not getting everything done? Because you're trying to do too much all at once. And if you're nodding your head that yes, that's you, then you're definitely trying to do too much all at once. And if that's you, you might want to check out my free guide called 7 Simple Steps for Working Moms to Get More Done in Less Time. I'll put the link to that guide in the description below this video. This is by far my most popular downloaded guide. Anyways, if you want to get stuff done, be more productive, and be the best mom that you can be, you need to take ownership and control of your time. I know you're probably thinking that it's just not possible, that I already write out a to-do list. How much more organized can I be? But believe me, there is a better way to manage your time, and I'm going to show you how to do that in today's video. After all, you have the same number of hours in your day as Oprah or Michelle Obama, and those ladies are amazing. So let's start by answering the question, what exactly is time blocking? Well, time blocking is one of the easiest and most effective ways of organizing your precious minutes. It entails setting aside a certain amount of time to complete a specific task. It's really as simple as it sounds. Blocking time out in your schedule for a specific task is time blocking. So, for example, you might want to block out 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. to complete an important report for your boss, or 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. to help your children with homework. You get the gist, right? You're blocking off certain amounts of time in your calendar for one specific task. But then, in order for these time blocks to work, you actually have to write them down, right? Either on a calendar or in a planner or an Outlook or in your Google Calendar, whatever it is that you use to keep track of your day, but block out the time, right? I like using different colors for different tasks in my calendar. I use Google Calendar and I set it up with different colors for each of the tasks that I put in there, and it triggers my brain to know what I need to be doing at certain times of the day. But I have to block off those times in my calendar, or the most important tasks on my list don't get completed, right? So you may be wondering, well, why do I need to block all these things into my calendar? Why can't I just write out my to-do list? Well, time blocking differs from a to-do list because it's much more achievable, right? Generally, when we create a to-do list, we completely overestimate what we think we can achieve in that day, right? We think of all the tasks that need to be done and we write them all down, and then we freak out because we can't get them all done, or we run around like crazy, burning ourselves out in the process, right? With time blocking, you can focus on the tasks that absolutely have to happen that day. And then you schedule those into your calendar. You're going to schedule in exactly when that task is going to happen, right? It forces you to even think about the routine things that we tend to forget about when creating our, incomprehensible to-do lists. It forces you to even think about the routine tasks that we tend to forget about when creating our incompletable to-do lists, such as cooking dinner, taking a lunch break at work, doing the housework, picking the kids up from school, or running them to an activity. These are all routine parts of our day that we often don't account for when we're trying to figure out how many other things or other tasks that we can get started on. So, do you see why time blocking is much more valuable than just writing a to-do list? If so, type block in the comments below. If you can see that time blocking is much more valuable than just writing on a big long to-do list, type block in the comments below. So the next obvious question then is, how do I start time blocking, right? The important thing to remember is that when you start time blocking, that you need to allow yourself ample time to get stuff done. The whole point of this system is to relieve stress, right? Not leave you running around trying to cram tasks into the window that you've already allocated for them, okay? So start off by thinking about everything that needs to get done that week, right? You can write them down as a list if that's easier, right? You can use your to-do list as a starting point for this, but think about everything in your work and your personal life that need to happen that week, right? Including taking time out for yourself. Right? Yes, you need to schedule that in. So schedule in that gym class or that yoga class or that bike ride or whatever it is that you're wanting to do for yourself. That needs to be scheduled in too. So next, think about what time you want to wake up in the morning and what time you want to stop work for the day. Okay? So now you've got your tasks of what you want to get done, when you're going to wake up, when you're going to go to bed. And then add anything that has a set schedule. So examples of things that have a set schedule would be your work hours, if you work for somebody else, the school hours, your kids' activities that they might be registered in. Those have set times and set blocks that they have to take place in, right? You know that these things do not change. They can be counted on to happen week after week, and therefore you need to work everything else around these particular activities that have those set time blocks. After this, after you've got your set blocks of time laid out, then add in everything else that's part of your daily routine. So for example, having breakfast, walking the dog, dropping the kids off at school. Those are all things that are part of your regular morning routine, right? Make sure that you're blocking those into your calendar as well, because they take up space and they take up time in your day, and they're things that you do on a regular basis. So put them in. The routine things are what go in next. And then once you're done that, you're left with the tasks that need to be fit in around your fixed schedule. So think about realistically how much time you need for each of those tasks, right? And then schedule them in. You might find that you have too much to be done in that particular week, and then you might need to make some decisions about choosing your priorities and choosing which tasks then need to be put into those focused time blocks. Sometimes making these decisions and choosing your priorities can seem tough, but in organizing your time and knowing what tasks you're doing and when you're going to be doing those tasks will make your life so much easier, much more productive, much calmer, so much less stress, right? And ultimately, that's what we want to be able to achieve. And depending on how routine your life is, once you do the initial time blocking, you may have a template that you can work with week after week, right? Where you can just kind of plug in the different events and different tasks from your to-do list onto that general template. However, if you have a schedule that has a lot of variety in it, or a job with different work hours, maybe you work shift work, then you may have to do the entire process weekly. But it does go faster every single time you do it, and the time it takes to create the schedule is saved tenfold throughout the week because you're able to get the stuff done. And if you have some of these buffer blocks there, then when the unexpected comes up, you'll have about 20% of your schedule for your week that you can move things around and rejuggle things around without adding that extra overwhelm and stress, right? And hopefully this will help you create a little bit more clarity in your life about what's really important to you and enable you to get more done because you've blocked off those specific times for those tasks that are really, really important, right? Because life as a working mom can be crazy enough as it is, so why not try and take back some of that control with your schedule? And as with all new strategies, start small, right? You may not time block your entire week right off the bat, but maybe you just pick one day and you time block that day. Or maybe just pick one activity that you're going to block throughout the week, right? That may be your self-care time throughout the gym. That may be the time that you're checking your emails. I did another video on how to get to inbox zero, and it talks about how checking your emails at specific times throughout the day can really kind of help with your productivity throughout the day. If you're interested in finding out more about time blocking your email time, check out that video. I'll put the link to that video in the description below. So just start with one activity or one day that you'll block off throughout the week, right? Start small, and then as you see the benefits of time blocking, you can start time blocking out other things in your week, right? And so now I'd really love to know, what is one thing that you're going to time block this week? Comment below and let us know. And if you need some assistance with time blocking, I have a really simple solution for you. I do take on just a small number of private clients, and we work through my Take Back Your Schedule program, where we use time blocking among other strategies in order to really simplify your calendar and your life so that you can have time to do more of what you really love to do. And if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then be sure to click the link below in the description and book a call with me. The call is free, just takes a little bit of your time to see whether or not we can put together a quick action plan for you to be able to take back your schedule. And before you go, let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you found this time blocking video really, really helpful. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel so that you can get new videos each and every week to help you get organized, manage your time, and balance your life as a working mom. And as always, please share the love with your other fellow mom friends so that they can also feel less stressed and find their balance too. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.